you said that Paul Daly will never fight in the UFC again because of his sucker punch at UFC 113. But you did also sign Gilbert Yvel, who attacked and knocked out a ref in one of his previous fights. So my question is, where do you draw the line exactly?
No, that's a great question. Good job. The guy with the Pride T-shirt comes up with the Gilbert Yvel question. Very good. Here's the thing. Gilbert Yvel did that a long time ago. Gilbert Yvel came to my office. Let me tell you what. And exactly what you're saying is exactly what we said the first million times. John Lewis, you guys know the John Lewis story? John Lewis is how we ended up buying the UFC. He started training us in jiu-jitsu. John Lewis was training Gilbert Yvel. And we think a lot of John Lewis, obviously. John Lewis came to my office, texted me, and called me over a year to get Gilbert Yvel into the UFC, and we kept telling him no. Gilbert Yvel many times came into our office, sat down and talked to us, and we finally made the decision to let him do it. You know, he assured us that he would change, this, that. The difference is this kid did it in our event. He did it in our event, walked up and sucker punched the guy after the fight. So, great question, and that's the honest answer to your question.
The honest answer.
Yep.
Hi, Dana.
How are you?
My name is Elvis. I'm a big fan. I've been a big fan for many, many years. So
thank you.
Just want to say thank you for everything you're doing. 3 questions, very easy though. First one, what belt are you in jiu-jitsu? I know you've been training for a long time.
I'm a white belt, trust me. I'm a very white belt.
Okay. I would think, yeah, closer to black, but that's okay. Second question is, you only have one chance to make a first impression. And in Toronto, at the Rogers Centre, the biggest pound-for-pound market, you really have to do everything possible. And I'm thinking, 2 title fights, plus Vanderlei, plus whoever else.
Jesus.
Do you?
I like his thinking.
I think it has to be better than 100, to be honest with you. But do you guys consider doing and this might not be answered by you, but doing fights that go 5 rounds that aren't title fights with big names?
That's a great question. Actually, I'm a huge fan of, especially recently with this Rampage Machida fight. I think that anything that's a main event should probably be 5 rounds, whether it's for the title or not. I would have liked to have seen two more rounds of Rampage Machida, and we wouldn't be up here having this conversation over who won. I think there'd be a clear-cut winner with 5 rounds. So yeah, I'm a fan of it. It's just a matter of figuring out how we do it.
Is it your decision or the commission's?
No, it's my decision. Yeah, just a matter of it's more than me just going. You know what? I think I'm going to make every fight 5 rounds, We got to literally sit down, work it out, figure out how we would do this, and see how the fighters would feel about it, too. Because it's a lot more goes into fighting 5 rounds than does 3. And to fight 2 more rounds than they normally do and not walk out with a belt after. So.
True, and you probably have to increase their purses for that, too, right?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
No, and my final question is anybody other than Joe Silva involved in the matchmaking? Like, do you kind of come in and say, well, I don't know about this, I don't know about that, or is there others? Like,
yeah, me, Lorenzo, and Joe Silva to decide on what matches are made.
That's it, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Last thing is, I'd love just to get a picture and shake your hand sometime today. No job. I don't need any of that.
Come on up here, my friend.
Come
on up. Let's do it.
Oh.
I think while this is happening, we've got an autograph session over at Real Sports. Dana said he's going to head over there for a few minutes after here, so we'll also have a chance for everybody to have their autograph with Sam Stout and Claude Patrick. So that'll happen right after here.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
BJ Penn, if he wins his next fight with John Fitch, does he get a title fight?
That's a tough question. A lot of BJ fans here today. We're gonna play that one by ear. Let's see how he does against Fitch. Let's see how he looks, and I'm kind of playing the BJ at 170 thing by ear.
All right, thanks, man.
Cool. Thank you.
For the rest of the people here, are you going to be signing over there as well later, or?
I don't think I'm scheduled to, but I already told you guys I won't go anywhere. Listen, I'll stay here till everybody gets a picture.
I got 2 more questions.
Yeah.
What's your favorite fight so far in the UFC?
My favorite fight?
Yeah.
God, you know what? This used to be so easy to answer. I always used to say the Matt Hughes Frank Trigg 2 fight, but there's been so many great fights that have happened now just in the last year. It's tough to say. There's been so many good fights.
The last thing, on February weekend, the Super Bowl weekend for the Vegas card, I'm going down with 2 buddies. How do I hang out with you on the February 5th day?
Actually, that's a great card too. That's going to be a fun fight. And Super Bowl weekend's always fun in Vegas. It's a good time. But listen, Vegas is my hometown, man. I'm not one of these guys that's hiding out. I'm everywhere in Vegas. I'll be hanging out. I'll be Twittering. So I'll be around. I guarantee you that you and I will bump into each other in Vegas. I can guarantee you that.
Thank you very much.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Hey,
Dana, how you doing?
good, man. How are you?
Good, thanks. Huge fan.
Thank you. I
Thanks
appreciate
for
it.
being so cool with everyone.
No, thank you for being cool
Follow
with
you
me.
on Twitter.
Thanks.
Anyway, you can follow me back.
Yeah, done.
I tweet picked you. I tweet picked you just now.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so you'll see me. Jennyoli91. You'll see me.
All right, wait. No, let's handle this business right
Okay,
now.
okay.
Hold on. Who's got my Twitter? Elliot?
Who has the BlackBerry?
Who's got? Oh, Elliot. Here he comes. All right, dude. Hold on.
Check your @ and I'll be right up there.
No, wait. All right, come here.
You see me there?
No, come here. Come up here. Okay. I don't want to tell him I do it and then leave here and forget and not do it. He'd hate me forever. What's up, buddy?
Hey,
How old are you?
8.
8? You like UFC?
Can you sign this $100 bill?
Oh my God! You're gonna come on. You're gonna ruin a $100 bill with my name on it? And Tom too? Okay, hold on. It looks like Tom on the $100 bill. What's up, buddy? Nice to meet you.
There you go, buddy. Nice, man.
All right. Where's your dad? $100 bill, huh? All right.
Thanks for coming to Toronto. Appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thank you.
I'm a little older, and I actually watched UFC 1 on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I did too, yeah.
Did you watch it live, or were you there?
I didn't believe it was actually happening. I didn't think it was true. It was like this. It was like a rumor that these guys were going to be fighting. And yeah, I lived in Boston at the time, and a bunch of us got together and watched it.
And when you watched it, did you see maybe the future it could be?
No.
No.
I was so boxing crazy then. It was, I'd watched the first one, and I maybe watched the second one, and then I stopped watching. I was a huge boxing guy then.
Now, I'm a big fan of your DVD releases. Have you ever considered releasing a fighter collection, i.e., all JSP's fights, all St. Pierre's fights? I mean,
here's what's going on. As technology continues to change, when we first bought this company, we had in-demand, DirecTV, and like DishNet. You know what I mean? That was all we had. Now, as technology continues to grow, the distribution continues to get bigger and bigger, and with the internet and VOD and all these other things that you can do. Believe me, we're getting real close to the point. We're working on a lot of stuff where all of our content is going to be out there, and you're going to be able to pick what you want to take.
Now, the kid stole my thunder on the autograph, but do you mind autograph my 83?
No, I'd love to.
Thanks.
Bring it, yeah.
Cool.
All right. Hi.
Hey, how goes it?
Good.
Like most people feel here, great to get a chance to have a chat with you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sure, I'm no bigger a fan than anyone else, but no less for sure. And, well, I was going to challenge you to a fight on April 30th, but then I just found out you got a belt, so
No.
forget about that.
Dude, it's crazy. I don't know why everybody wants to fight me, man. What did I do? Everybody wants to fight me.
Just for the 15 minutes, that's all. 15 minutes of fame. And I did have a question about the... well, I'm a big fan. I guess it is getting to be a little bit of a pain in the ass watching fights that have turned into George St. Pierre specialties. You know, the ground and pound. I mean, I love the aspect of the fight that it's so technical and but then there's also that appeal to the old get in there and knock somebody out.
Right.
And it was mentioned earlier about the lightweights are going to be, you know, really putting it to the bigger guys. And it's the bigger guys lately that seem to be doing a lot of the feeling out, a lot to lose. When there's a fighter who doesn't make weight, he has to remit some of his purse to the other fighter. And while I know it might offer some, you know, challenges with the whole subjective assessing it thing, but what about if there was something put in place like that where when a guy just, he's in the ring but he doesn't really show up for the fight, why don't you just say fuck him, give some of his purse to the other fighter?
Well, here's the problem. The reality is that there might be fights all the time. Listen, not every fight. Sometimes fans get this thing where they expect two guys to just run out of the corners and start swinging like wild men. You know, there has to be, you know, some strategy and technique, and you know, maybe a guy wants to get the guy into the later rounds or whatever it is. There's always going to be strategy. It's never going to change. But you also have situations where guys are so evenly matched up and they're both so good in every area that not every fight's going to be the most exciting fight you've ever seen. It's impossible. It's physically impossible. It's mathematically impossible for every fight to be great. So what we do is we put on these fights where boxing ran into problems. And I said this before about the De La Hoya-Mayweather fight. They pumped the De La Hoya-Mayweather fight up to be the greatest boxing match in the history of the world, man. And it got so much media attention, and people were going crazy over it. I kept saying, man, if this fight sucks, this is not going to be good. And what happened? The fight sucked, right? So what we do is we put on an entire night of good fights, you know, and everybody is, for instance, in Montreal on Saturday night, a fight, well, what time's the first fight go on, the first prelim, huh? 7:20, okay, so the first prelim goes on at 7:20. The reality is the house will be 80% packed at that first fight at 7:20 when we're not even going on to pay-per-view till 10 o'clock. You know what I mean? So we're giving people a great night. So here's what, and this is my feeling as a fight fan myself, okay? When you put down your money, what's more important, you got your $55, you either watch it by yourself, you have a bunch of your buddies over, whatever it is. You know, your money's important to you, that you spent the money. But what's more important to you, tell me if I'm wrong, is wasting a Saturday night. Okay, because we're all busy. We got other options. We got other things we could do. We got things that we could have fun doing. So you waste this Saturday night, and you stay home, and the fight sucks. I'm guaranteeing you a holy shit moment, okay? Because that's what we're all looking for when we stay home and we watch the fights. Now, when you have a bunch of good fights on, there's going to be the time where where you're going to jump out of your seats and go, oh, God, that just happened. You're going crazy. Because we put on a ton of good fights, not just one fight like boxing does. So I can't guarantee and make incentives and say, you know, don't stand up, don't go to the ground, don't do this. You know, it's all I can do is just put on tons of great fights and hope the guys deliver. And really, when you think about it, and as many fights as we put on every year, and whether it's on free TV or on pay-per-view, these fighters really do deliver, man. You know, I could count on one hand how many UFC events have sucked in the last 10 years.